Good morning, everyone. So it's Monday again. We're back on it again. So I've got 7 jobs so far. I've got 2 uncontrollable water leaks, so that'll be interesting. And then my first job is a job from Friday, which is a Potterton HE, which I was talking about the thermistors and stuff like that. So if she's not standing over my shoulder, then I'll show you what I was testing and how I was testing it, and we'll go through it that way. So hopefully it's just a PCB. That's what I've tracked it down to. So yeah, we'll get in there and get on with that one, and then we'll get on to the other ones after that.
Any problem before that, to be honest. I don't know if it was a coincidence or something he'd done. I don't know. And then this guy came, he was here for about 2.5 hours, the guy last week. He went upstairs, he was there doing like loads of, I don't know, I don't really know how, turn it off.
Yeah, I can't believe that. Isolation valve. That one was a bit of a pain. So put the PCB in and the flow from Mr. Fault went away, so that was absolutely fine. Then spoke to the customer because I said to her, have you had a new pump or anything? She said, yeah, that was fitted early last week. I couldn't see anything in the previous notes. So yeah, new pump. Then I realised that the boiler had overheated, and I was like, okay, that's strange. The pressure gauge was saying 1.5 up at the top. And anyway, I found an isolation valve as I followed it along down, isolation valve on the cold feed into the system, because I'd already taken the pump out this time because there was no water to it. I was thinking, what's going on? Waiting for an airlock to give way or a blockage or something like that. But no, just down to an isolation valve. So the only bit that was actually holding any pressure was from the gauge to the isolation valve. That was it. So opened that up, filled it back up again, vented all the rads upstairs, got it working. So yeah, that's done. So we're going to move on to the next one now. I don't know what it is. I'll have a look in a minute. But yeah, we'll get there and we'll get on with the day. Right, so this one here is basically a BG330 plus, which on Saturday the customers reporting that they couldn't reset the boiler, kept on coming up with F1 and F4, which are kind of to do with the ignition side of things. So I'm going to check all the emissions, check the electrodes, make sure they're okay. It's working fine now. They said as of yesterday it started up fine and it's been working fine ever since. They haven't had any issues. So I'm just wondering maybe whether, I don't know, maybe Cadent were in the area and they turned the gas supply off or something. I'm not too sure, but I'll give it a check over anyway. But as you can tell, you know, it's not really, when boilers are working when you're on site, it's very difficult to try and nail down an actual issue. So tested max and minimums, all good. I can't see any faults. It seems to be working fine. So ever since Saturday evening, it's been fine. So yeah, just one of them. If they call back, they call back. But unfortunately, while I'm here, it's all working good. So yeah, we'll get on to the next one and see what that one is. Right, so we've got a issue with no hot water to this tank here. Only feeds one bathroom. Bit of an awkward position. So see what's going on. Okay, the valve seems to be fine. Oh, but the head isn't though. Cannot read that for love nor money. Cool. So disconnected it from the plug. Now it seems to be moving. Doesn't sound the happiest though. Maybe we'll look at replacing it. So just swapped it over in the 5-pin plug, yeah, as you can see, it's now moved all the way across to B, yeah, the old one, I think it might have just got jammed, but the body in there is absolutely fine, all moving nice and freely. Got loads of heat travelling across into the cylinder now, so yeah, pretty happy with that. So it should be all good. We'll get back downstairs and should be good. The easy job there. I definitely think maybe that 2-port just got jammed or something like that, but to be honest, it's not worth taking the risk, especially as the customer's husband he's going through chemo at the minute and stuff like that, so it's just not worth taking the risk of just saying, oh, okay, well, it's working now. I'd rather just replace it and then know that it's going to be working fine. So yeah, we'll get on to the next one. I've just had a call asking if I can pick up another job, which is a recall from somebody else. So we'll go and find out what's going on there, and then we can move on to my PM jobs after that. Right, so basically on this one, nice easy job again, is just basically the three-port head is burnt out. You can hear it rattling around. It's literally just sitting there in heating all the time, and I think it's sitting in mid position more than anything. But yeah, the body won't, the body's moving freely, but the head just will not move. It won't retract even if I turn the power off, and then, or even if I just turn the hot heating off and then give it hot water demand, it's not retracting back. So replace that. Guys, easy job, really easy job. Just you know, the body just was the body was fine. The three-port head just wasn't returning back to hot water, or hot water only. So yeah, just replaced that and got them back up and working. As you could hear, it was rattling around like a good one, so I'm assuming a spring or something like that broken inside. I'm not going to delve into it, just replace it. So yeah, on to the next one, and I've got four left. So yeah, see how we get on. This one sounds a bit of a pain. So just spoke to the customer, and he said that one of the rad valves, well, he's got 3 radiators that aren't working. One of them, he was messing around with a pin and now it's leaking. So that means he's pulled it out probably too hard. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. But yeah, so we'll get onto this one. Sounds like 3 rads aren't working. So yeah, we'll get in there, see what's going on. Okay, I thought I'd come up to the boiler, see what's going on. As you can see, 3 bar. I think even the valves have been left open at some point, so no wonder it ain't no wonder the pressure's so high. So I'm out of that one, and as you saw, that was 3 TRVs to do. It started off as 1, and then when I got there, the customer said, oh, I've got an appointment for a couple of weeks time, someone's coming around to do another 2 TRVs. Okay, fine, what's that for? And they said, oh, these 2 radiators have never worked, etc. But they've never worked since we got here. So I was like, okay. They were like, yeah, we're going to do the radiator valves. So I said, oh, look, I'll do them while I'm here, saves that visit, etc. Changed them over. There's literally no flow getting there at all. As you saw, you know, there's literally nothing coming out of them, out of the bottom pipes, and I'm on the ground floor, so I'd be expecting a little bit more of a flow coming through there. I even opened up the other side and there was nothing coming through. So I said to her, look, there's possibly a blockage or something like that, or like a kink, because it was done in plastic pipe. I could see the bottom of the of one of the fittings, so maybe there's a kink in the pipe work. She said, yeah, it's been done like that for around about 10 years or something like that. And they've only just moved in this year. So yeah, that's that one. So let's go on to the next one. So I've cleaned it all up. I'm not too sure whether that is a crack or not. I think to be on the safe side, I'll get a new sump. Okay, so the sticker's on. I'll come back in the morning. So as you saw on that one, sump I believe is cracked. I'm not 100% sure. I could have just replaced just the cover and the flue manifold, but to be honest, I just wanted to be on the safe side, especially as the customer is old. I'd rather just at risk it, come back in the morning and get it sorted that way. So yeah, get on to the next one, and the next one, it says another boiler leak, so I think it's a Valent this time. So yeah, we'll see what's going on there. Yeah, so as you can see, it's definitely been leaking. Just trying to work out exactly where it's coming from. Looks to be more around this sort of area, so I'll investigate a bit deeper. I love this thing, so handy. It's the one I've got. Just so handy to get around. I'm trying to locate this leak, so that side there is fine. It's definitely coming from over here somewhere. It's had a new pump. I've just been looking at the notes. It's had a new pump, etc. I'm just trying to work out. Possibly from that nut in the middle there, or from that screw in the middle there. Possibly. So yeah, I cannot find any active leaks. So I've cleaned it all out, dried it all up, and I cannot see anything active going on. I mean, this is the area that I'll be looking at, is all to do with this diverter, or where the diverter cartridge would be, because they're a usual common spot on these. But I'm also, because of the rust and the way that that it is, and it's just been sitting there at this level, it hasn't got any more. The customer stated that they've not had to up the pressure at all. So I'm now thinking maybe whether it was down to like rainwater, back a couple of weeks ago. Now I know that was a couple of weeks ago, but because of how rusty it is and it hasn't grown, it's just been sitting there at that level that you can see. So I'm just going to have to put it down to monitor it. There for quite a while after that, just checking it all over. Literally couldn't find a drip anywhere, and as I say, it's had new pump, new seals, new everything. So I am potentially thinking that maybe it was rainwater, just looking that how long it had been there to maybe cause that rust. Yeah, couldn't find. So yeah, that job's done. Not the most interesting day for everyone today, but this is just the way that it goes, really, I suppose. So yeah, I'll be going back tomorrow with a new Ideal Logic sump. So that'll be one of my first or second jobs tomorrow, to do that sump. So if you haven't done a sump before, you'll see how to do it, or the quick way anyway. So yeah, we'll get into that. Yeah, hope everyone else has enjoyed it. I'm sorry it hasn't been the most interesting day. A 2-port, 3-port, not really very good jobs. So yeah, we're done for the day, and hope everyone has a good evening.